Good morning, everyone. It is Kayla here, and I'm back with another video. Kayla and Legend screaming around. We'll see how long he lasts. I might have to pause my video. He's been doing good in his little rockaroo thing, but it is day 3 home, and I'm here to tell you and talk about the things that people don't tell you about when it comes to those first few days of having a newborn, and pretty much everything behind all the excitement and joy, because it's not all excitement and joy at all. I mean, obviously having a newborn is amazing. What comes with it isn't always the most fun thing and enjoyable thing. So the first few nights, what I've learned and the things that people don't tell you is, oh yeah, on top of coming home and it's your first kid, I didn't really expect to not be able to move much, and that's because I ripped a little bit when I gave birth. So on top of taking care of him and having to move around and get up, feed him and everything like that, you also are healing down there. So it's super hard to walk around. It hurts to get up from the couch. You're bleeding. You have to take care of yourself too. You have to pee every single 10 minutes. You have to change your pad down there, ointment, whatever the case may be. So it's okay, you also have to take care of yourself. I think people forget that, and they need you. They definitely need you every second. I think I literally get maybe 10 minutes to myself. The first couple of days I did. Second thing I would say is they don't tell you that, or it's just something you don't think about, that you're pretty much figuring out a whole new human being. So you're figuring out what they like, what makes them happy, why they cry, when they need something, and it's really hard and stressful at the beginning, because they're crying and you don't know why. You're tired, you're sleep deprived, they're not sleeping, so that means you're not sleeping, and you just get really, really frustrated because obviously you want to make him happy. So that's probably one of the hardest things. For example is we thought we were putting him in a bassinet or whatever to sleep, and we finally found out after 2 days that he's a cuddler. He's a huge cuddler. So this big open bassinet, he just wasn't sleeping well in it, and he was only sleeping for 10 or 20 minutes at a time. Bless you. And we finally figured out he needs a smaller space, but it took us 2 long, stressful, sleepless nights to figure that out, with him crying, not sleeping, and all of that. So that's something that has been super tough to deal with, but we kind of are finally figuring it out. Nighttime is probably the worst, I must say, just because they don't sleep for long and you're just so tired, and it is really true, get your rest while you can, or appreciate it. If you haven't had your kid yet, definitely appreciate sleeping. That's something that I didn't really appreciate before, and I definitely appreciate now. Let's see. Oh, okay, so food. Feeding yourself is probably the last thing you're thinking about. So that's something that was really difficult. Definitely, if you can, have food prepared, or have people, bring you food, or whatever the case may be. Just don't be afraid to ask, but definitely have food ready, because that's the last thing you even want to be worrying about. Another big thing is those first couple of days, you're not producing milk. So that was super frustrating for me, because it's he's eating and he's super fussy because he's not getting enough, but your body just isn't going to produce it for a couple days, and it scares you because you don't know if he's getting enough. So and it's hurting because nothing's coming out, and that was super hard to deal with. And I started worrying about if he was getting enough food or whatever. But then I think day 3, my breast milk finally kicked in, and my boobs are huge now, and I already had to start pumping, but that was definitely a blessing. But it's something that you don't even think about, oh crap, he's not even going to be getting that much food at the beginning, so that makes him even more fussy and whatnot. So another thing that was definitely difficult too was obviously if you're doing the whole parenting thing, you know, with your significant other, it's definitely hard on you guys, like those first few nights, because y'all are both, and I'm being super real with you, y'all are both completely exhausted, and when it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, baby's crying, you have no idea what to do. Y'all are, you know, gonna argue or fuss, or, you know, it's just natural for that to happen. So definitely just be patient with each other, I would say. But that's something that I didn't even think about. You know, when you're having a kid, you just think everything's gonna be beautiful and just easy, when it's just not. There have already been times where I've questioned, like, can I do this? Like, it's been so hard on me, and trying to even see, like, how am I even going to function anymore? How am I going to, like, cook a meal? When am I going to have time to do that? Finding time to shower, even finding time to use the bathroom is a task. So, but I must say it does get easier day by day, slowly, very slowly, but surely. And another thing I can think of is your house. When you first come home from the hospital, you have so much stuff that you bring home from the hospital. Your house is going to become a wreck, like, whether you like it or not. Your dishes are going to pile up, or the laundry is going to pile up. And it's going to become very frustrating for you. And when he's sleeping, when the baby's sleeping, everyone says, you know, sleep when the baby sleeps, but then, like, your house is a wreck, and you just pretty much just feel so helpless and, like, hopeless. You're like, your world is just turned completely upside down within the matter of a few hours of coming home with a new kid. And just adapting to it and accepting it and just relaxing, I think, was the hardest part. It was just like saying, look, everything's gonna be okay. Like, everything is gonna be fine. And, like, me, I personally just I had, like, really bad anxiety before anyways, so, like, I'd freak out about everything. So the first day I was, like, just freaking out over everything, like, oh my god, he's crying all the time, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. I would say just relax and let things flow. Even with, like, bills and stuff, I was just like, you know what, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I don't really think of anything else. I wanted to just do this video kind of off the fly, and just kind of talk to you guys about those first few day frustrations that people don't really actually think about. But yeah, that's all I can think of for right now. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to stay as consistent as possible with the YouTube videos. Obviously, finding time, like I just said, is super hard, but I'm definitely trying my best to do it. So say hi, Bubba's. And he's been so good for me. Yes, you have. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more. Oh yeah, subscribe, like, and comment.